Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. You've probably seen at least some kind of an angle of this kitchen before. As you know, I told you on the video the other day that as of right now I don't have any water. So I just decided to pack up and come to my son's house, since in a few days I have to be at my daughter's, who doesn't, she lives maybe 2 or 3 hours from here. So she's close to him too. So I'm cooking in his kitchen tonight. And so I notice I have a couple of new subscribers, and I thank you. To introduce myself again, my name is Sandy. My grandchildren call me Mammy, which I have 13 of them, ranging from ages, let me see, almost 3 months to 17 years old. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. Tonight, and before I get started, if you wouldn't mind, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it to your social media outlets, and if you wouldn't mind, tell your friends about my channel and send them over here to maybe to subscribe. And if you're not a subscriber and this may be your first time watching this, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So let's go ahead and we'll get started, and I will bring you down. We are going to be making just a real easy, simple mushroom and onion. There goes my brain. Y'all know me, I'm old, so my brain goes sometimes. Mushroom and onion sirloin steak. I almost said round steak, because that's normally what I use, but this time sirloin was cheaper. And I'm really having trouble finding some larger pieces of the round steak. Mostly I'm finding the small I've round. So I am going to go ahead and move you down a little so you can see what I'm doing. All right, I have here a 9x13 pan. I already have my oven heated to 350. I am going to take my steak and put it in this dish. And there we go. Let me get a fork. I forgot to get a fork and rinse my hands off. There we go. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put some pepper on this steak. Put a good amount of pepper. I love black pepper. And did you know that black pepper is good for you? I think some of it's going down my throat. You ever do that when you use black pepper? You start to cough or you start to sneeze. Then we want to use some garlic powder. Y'all will have to hold on just a moment. Mercy. All right. Now some garlic powder, if I can get this popped open here. I've never seen garlic powder in this kind of container. There we go. Y'all know I love garlic also. Right, now flip these over and do it again. And I'd say this is about I don't know, it's pretty thick. It looks like about a 1/2 inch thick or so. And I know the weight on it was just a little bit over 2 pounds. More more black pepper. And there's still some in there. First didn't seem like it wanted to come out. And more garlic powder. All right, I I had put these over here because these onions were making my eyes water. Then we want to just cover it with onions. And I have here is about 1 medium large that I just kind of cut up here. So 1 medium large onion. And you know, this is preference on your part. How much, if you want a lot or a small amount of onion. I'm trying to separate some of them out. And I've told y'all before, and I'll tell you again, I could never be a chef because my knife cuts are not always uniform. I try to get them as close as I can, but they're not always all that uniform. If you don't like onion, you definitely do not want to use onion. You maybe want to use some onion powder. Some people don't mind the powder, but they don't want the onions themselves. Not themselves. Oh my goodness, I don't know where I came up with that one. All right. And just finish putting that up there. All right. So I am going to go ahead and put some more pepper on top of this and some more garlic powder. And then I am going to just kind of mix that in some so it falls down on top of the onions. All right, let me wash my hands off. Now, on top of this, I want to use just 1 can of golden mushroom soup. 1 can of it. And if you know you can't afford Campbell's and you cannot find this in a cheaper brand, then just use some, cream of mushroom soup. Or you could use some French onion soup. Sometimes in the past, many times in the past, I have just used a can of French onion soup over a piece of round steak, and that's it, nothing else. And remember, get every little bit out of there. You don't want to leave any in the can. You pay too much money for this unless you're able to, scrimp. I mean, you're able to do that. I've always just been a penny pincher. I had 5 children, so I always had to stretch that dollar and pinch that penny. All right. Just here for a second. Now let me get some aluminum foil. I had some out already. Okay. We want to cover this real good with the foil. As you're covering it, make sure to kind of pinch the edges of the tin foil so they stay closed real good. Pinch them under there. Okay, I am going to stick this, let me bring it up here so you can see. I am going to put this in the oven, and as I said, it's been heating up to 350. I will cook it about 30 minutes. Then I will probably take it out and then stir all of that around some at the top, just top layer. Then I will probably put it back in for about 15 minutes. Oh, just a moment. I guess that pepper's got my nose running. But I will, for about 15 minutes, then I'll check and see how the steak is doing, because you want this steak about medium well, and you know, you may want it less than that yourself, but personally I want it medium well. And then from there, if it looks like it needs to cook longer, I'll do it another 15 minutes. I've never had to cook one more than an hour, definitely. Usually about 45 minutes gets it. But this is a little bit thicker than normal, but I still imagine that's about all it's going to take. So I am going to go ahead and I will stop the video now, and I'll come back when it's finished, okay? All right, y'all, I'm back, and this is what it looks like. It's all finished. And since these were a little bit, you know, thicker pieces, I did have to cook right at an hour. So you can see here how that is, and it's all fork tender. And we will be cutting it up in a minute. All right, so if you've never made anything like this, I hope you will try it. And remember to always season your cooking with love. And if you wouldn't mind sharing this, I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful evening.